Welcome back, folks. Before we go on, I just want to check on some sports stats, keep myself sharp here on the sports, and I'll use my computer and just go in here. I'm going to check. Okay.
Why do you like that?
It's the Dave Show. Welcome to Too Much Dip.
Hot start.
This will only enhance his followers.
Welcome to the Too Much Dip live stream Thursday night. My name's Dave. I'm going to host today to the best of my abilities. Joining us is Dan's dog.
Yeah, Chase Muttley.
Chase Muttley.
Dan, you don't have to hold the mic. Mike, you don't have to mic the mic. I think you move it away.
Was it causing too much noise right now?
It's fine.
Okay.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
What's up,
fine.
Dan?
We've dealt with audio issues before. We're good.
Yeah, I should have just stayed in the studio. Thank you. This actually just came in the mail. Season-long Phillies fan right now.
A little hot. We're in the red. A little hot.
Well, yeah.
We're good.
Just pull it away from you. You do this for a
Here we
living.
go.
Yeah, no. I just don't use this mic ever.
That's a
There it
lot
is.
better.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah, we got Dylan here. Hey, Dylan.
What's up, everybody? My microphone, from what I'm told, is working this week. So very happy to be here, and even happier that you guys can hear me this time.
Yeah, you're not Chop Stars this week.
That's good.
Looks like he's enjoying the Fred Durst interview. Just
I'll
seeing
mix
the
it up,
red
Del.
Phillies hat in the background is.
Yeah.
I just
I'm
imagine
mixing up
it's Fred
Delco
Durst.
Teenies all night, by the way. For Dan and for the Phillies.
Delco Teenies?
Delco Teenies for you, my friend.
So what does a Delco and Teenie entail?
It's what you were drinking at our party the other night, which is store-bought, just canned cold brew with
Kirkland
vodka,
cold brew.
Kirkland cold brew, vodka,
Straight gas.
and I think you put a little Cointreau in there, from what I've been told.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Delco Teenie.
Dude, that cold brew that you're drinking it's very strong. It's gas, and I like it, but I can't imagine drinking it with booze. You've got a death
Jaguar
wish, and I
Java?
respect it. Oh, that voice you hear is KJ, live from Madison.
Live, happy to be here. There's I don't know, shit about electricity, but more than a 40% chance I just fall off the face of the earth mid-stream today. As I've tripped a breaker 2 or 3 times this week with my desktop setup. And I certainly could remedy it, but I haven't. I've just kind of went and flipped the GFCI switch and plugged everything right the fuck back in. So we'll see. We will see.
Oh, hey, Brett. Good job today.
They can see.
Congratulations.
They said good job today.
Thank you.
I don't even know what the congrats were for, but I saw a story. It seemed like she was running for Congress or something.
Yeah, she is. She is. She's running for. She's running against Chip Roy. No,
Yeah. Midterms coming up Tuesday, so it's really busy for their household right now.
She's atop the. She's a Green Party candidate. So if
Not
you vote for her, your
radical
vote's
enough.
wasted.
She's much
Not
more
radical
influential
enough.
than I am. That's for sure.
She's the real influencer.
That's true.
Our guest tonight is Dan Regester. Dan Regester to some, jackhammer to others. He's a guy who he is a guy who has an eye for talent. He's a king and queen maker.
Who is the
He
king?
is, I don't know. There's probably somebody out there.
Probably.
I just didn't want it to be so obvious. He also has a podcast called Softcore History.
Hey.
And he is just a guy who bleached his hair recently, and he's bulking. He's from He's from Delco. Dan, welcome.
It's a big night for your boys too. You got Phillies, Eagles. Man, how do I handle the screen time?
LarryDavid.gif.
I was expecting it to be a big get to have you last week before the World Series kicked off, and I think just arguing for your time on a night like this is unprecedented, as some might say. So we do appreciate you being here.
Well, KJ, I appreciate you having me. First time, long time. Even though I've been on the podcast before.
One thing,
Dan, I was
Never on the stream though.
I was on the stream last year, probably.
I think he hit us up last year. Before we get too far into things, Dave,
I was actually paying to be on the podcast. You know, that article came out not that long ago. It's just like, yeah, every time I come on Too Much Dip or Circling Back, I'm paying the boys.
Thanks for paying
the
up
screen
front.
time.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. I hope you appreciate the new blood, Dave.
Which the new? I'm sorry.
Little blood cycling. You know, we'll keep it off. Yeah, we'll keep it offline.
Are you my blood
He's
boy?
your blood boy. He's your blood boy. Yeah, dude.
It used to be Jared.
Dan, I'm not an Eagles guy, obviously, but that Randall Cunningham jersey is pretty sick.
It's signed too.
It's fire.
Wow.
It's absolute fire.
I wrote it off on my taxes for charity.
Very cool.
As you should. Of course, everything on this podcast is satire. He doesn't really mean that. Or does he?
No, I bought it at a charity event in Arizona during the UFC for the night Marino won the belt against Figgy. I think that was the second Figgy fight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. This guy's traveling, doing UFC. Dan, since you're a fellow Big 12 guy now, with the
Huge Big 12 guy, yeah.
addition of UCF to the Big 12, we just need some thoughts on Zags. You seen Gonzaga?
Yeah, the road trip. I don't know is there a direct from Orlando to Spokane?
Gotta be one of the worst flights in the Continental, right?
Can't be good. MCO is a pain in the ass as it is.
Yeah, no, Orlando Airport, other than the Chili's too, of course, that you go up the escalator, is by far the worst airport in America. It's Disney World without the rides.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to think what that could mean. It doesn't sound flattering for the people watching.
A lot of
You're lot of kids, a lot of waiting in line.
Oh, okay. Motorized scooters.
Oh, everywhere, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Hey, before we really get into it, the nitty gritty, can I give a shout out to our good friends at DraftKings? Hey, NBA fans, wait is over. Basketball is back. So tip off the season with DraftKings Sportsbook, today's video sponsor and an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can make any $5 NBA bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Plus, with same-game parlays, you can combine multiple bets from the same game to give yourself a shot at even bigger winnings all season long. For those in a state where sports betting is not yet available, don't forget about DraftKings Daily Fantasy, where they have been innovating even more ways to win some cash. This basketball season, DraftKings has been around for a minute, so you know your funds are safe and can be withdrawn whenever, wherever you want. Dan, I saw the news about Harden. Not great. It's a tough scene. Mavs are kind of figuring it out. I don't know if you're betting basketball, but you should be if you're not. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code WASHED. Make any $5 bet this week and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code WASHED.
Whew. Dave, a pretty tough stat just came across the TV. Verlander in the World Series, 0-6 with an over 6 ERA in the World Series.
That just means he's due.
He's got a short leash tonight. Short leash.
Well, he's going against Syndergaard, so Syndergaard already automatically has a short leash.
I didn't even know Syndergaard was on the Phillies until a few nights ago.
We're seeing
Me too.
that.
Shows you how much I've been paying attention to baseball this year. But I'm so on the Phillies right now, Dan. It's not even funny.
Riddle me this.
More on that later.
And everybody here can guess or can answer this. What will get more ratings or better ratings? Thursday Night Football or Game 5 of the World Series?
Game 5.
Well, you're dealing with the Amazon angle, so we don't
Do
really
perfect
know.
stream.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna pass up missing Sarah Storm or Hannah Storm. I mean, not Sarah Storm. Questionable what that name leads you to in a search. The Hannah Storm production on Amazon, followed by Richard Jefferson. Not Richard Jefferson. Damn it, I can't speak tonight.
Richard Jewell.
Yes, all of the above. In the post game, I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably be watching the Texans. AFC South standings, depend on it.
I got Jalen going tonight. My freaking fantasy team, dude. So I'll probably go back and forth. I'm sad to admit that I watched Mavs Jazz last night instead of a combined no-hitter. Which, by the way, maybe just leave them in the whole time. Maybe just, let's make some history. You got a chance at greatness. Let's leave them in.
Yeah, Dave, I agree. When we had no shot to hit them in general, waste all the innings you can. The fact that we got to face Game 7 if we have to face that dude again, no thank you.
Not good.
I assume that's the thinking that goes into that. Like, it's entirely based on that being a Game 3 and you want them available for later in the series. Is that why?
You're up 5-0. We're not scoring. Yeah. We're not winning that game.
Of course, we have Philly versus Houston in both sports tonight, which is a little interesting fact to it I shared with David in the office earlier. And he was like, it's not that cool, really, Dylan. So I thought it was.
It wasn't just me.
Pretty neat. I mean, the fact that it is the World Series adds a little bit more flair to that interesting tidbit, I think.
It would
Are
be
both
cool
in
if
Philly?
No, it's in Houston.
Texans
Football
game.
team's in Houston. Yeah.
If the Texans were an organization that, weren't 14-point dogs at home with their best player not playing tonight, their receiver who wants to be traded but wasn't, then maybe it would be. I mean, it is cool. It's interesting, but I don't know why. When Dylan brought it up today, I was just like, yeah, and he was like, okay.
I don't care.
I gave him a cocky sniff.
Kill
Like,
myself.
yeah, it's fine. See you later, man.
Cool. Sounds cool, man. Sounds cool. I think it's interesting. I'll vote Dylan on that.
Let's go.
Speaking of, since we mentioned Amazon and we mentioned Dude Perfect, there is a Dude Perfect stream tonight, which I will be dialed into, see if they dunk Kobe again or whatever. Who's buying the Commanders?
With Heineke?
No. I mean, like, buying them as in, like, the franchise.
Oh, I thought you were like buy or sell. Like
No, not buying. Well, if you are, I'd love to know.
First off, shouts to I think who was it? CJ Fogler. I can't even say the account's name. Who had the comment or the take correct on the Heineke story about him buying a pair of shoes for every win in the opposing team's colors. So he has 9 pairs of shoes. You saw like 500 headlines with that story. I'm like, I don't need more of that. Regarding buying the commies, give me Mackenzie Scott for the win. I want it badly. Or give me the former CEO of Alibaba, whose name I can't recall.
The guy that got kidnapped?
Yes.
You can't have a guy who got kidnapped on the team.
It could be like retribution. I don't know.
Jack Ma is who I'm thinking. Yes.
Okay. I like Heineke for the aspect that he's one of the few quarterbacks that has a sleeve tat.
Okay. I respect
And then
Dan's
I will
had a
do
tattoo for 2 weeks, and he's like, yeah, sleeve guy.
February, but I'll do some digging. I will figure out who's going to own the Commanders. I will be in the building against the Vikings for the Commanders game for work. We have a suite where the guy I work for is the veteran of the game, so I'll be on the field. I'll have unlimited access. I'll do some digging. I'll report back.
How about that?
DC or at
Must be nice.
FedEx Field, wherever.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Will Dan
or
Snyder be in
Landover,
attendance?
whatever it is. If he is, I hope the crowd shot of him is again like awkwardly smushed between 2 larger fellas to either side of him, like he was last game.
That was great.
They cut to him as like Dan Snyder, who's under some heat, blah blah blah, and I'm like, there are empty seats to both sides of those guys who are quite large relative to Dan Snyder, and it looked like 3 dudes sitting in the back of a Honda Civic. Not a good look for Dan Snyder.
No, not a good look. Dan, are you gonna, if you're going there, are you gonna, because you kind of put off the vibe of just because with the sleeve tat and the beard of an ex-military guy, are you gonna steal some valor
Oh, I'm gonna absolutely steal valor. Like any opportunity I can.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
I'll be like, yeah. I mean, I
for
was in SEALs training. I didn't make it through. I got to Hell Week.
You got rolled, bro.
I just injured myself. I just couldn't make it through.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
That
Dan
happens, dude.
Bilzerian story?
Yeah.
Isn't that what he says?
He said he did the ultimate dude who was good in high school and went to like a college to play a sport. But he did there was a SEAL trainer. There was a guy, one of the instructors didn't like me. So coach didn't like him, so he didn't make
No,
it.
he didn't want me to pass.
Coach wanted to change positions. So I ended up just transferring to Tyler Junior College or whatever. Story old
I
as
can't-
time in Texas.
I can't comment here. I'm sure I've told the same story. Can we start talking dicks or what? I feel like all the NBA talk, or not even just the NBA, like half our rundown is just D's.
Dick or the
First.
kicker?
Dick or the kicker to the
Won the
Chargers.
Eagles again. Oh, wow.
Positive news there.
It's huge
Shouts
for
to
you,
Cleveland.
Dylan.
I'm a big Dicker guy. Yeah, happy to see him latch on to another team. Hopefully he sticks.
Yeah. Former Eagle great.
That's right. Did well there.
And did I miss the Ellinger debut? Is that this weekend?
No, he played.
no,
Last
He
weekend.
played last
Okay.
week. Wasn't
All right,
very
so I missed
They
it.
lost.
He was very mid.
Okay.
He was very
Well,
mid. Yeah.
Glad we're not talking about it. On to the Dick story. What the hell's happening in San Antonio?
So this dropped last week. This kid Primo, who everybody was super, super high on, like, oh, this kid, the Spurs did it again. They found somebody undrafted or whatever he was, and now
Or
he's going to be the
second
next.
overall.
What?
He was pretty highly picked. I think he was a lottery pick.
Or
Fairly.
was he?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to Kawhi him. He was like the next kid, but he. So Friday they released him, and because it's Friday, nobody knew what happened because you can't check like the court documents hadn't been updated, so you had to wait till Monday. So everybody was speculating, and it turns out, the people on the San Antonio basketball people were like, oh, it's probably something really bad because they would not have just waived him. And it turns out it was multiple exposures to the teen psychiatrist, I believe. Interesting.
Can't do that.
Okay.
And did you see his defense?
Pick 12 in round 1, 2021. Sorry.
What was his defense?
If there was any exposure, it was as a result of laying on a couch in basketball shorts. Like, sorry.
He is a basketball player, so yeah, that's bad.
If only like sliders, or not sliders, but like,
Compression shorts.
compression shorts weren't like a standard for
yeah,
every
that's
adult
that's
male
not gonna hold up.
14 and older, especially in the NBA, that you're not just free balling in basketball shorts, funking them up, and then going to your psych appointment 9 times.
See, I didn't hear anything about this story. My place of employment has been more focused on the Kyrie story.
Oh. a lot of good.
You want
A lot
to
of
share
good
your
vibes.
share their thoughts on the Kyrie story real quick?
You don't have to.
No. I think we'll just move on. Yeah.
I think, dude. I mean, so David Silver is like, or Adam Silver, excuse me. Universally loved, and he's one of those guys who's got a force field. You can't really say anything about him. The last 2 weeks for the NBA have been absolutely embarrassing. Between Kyrie, the Kyrie apology today,
No
Steve
apology.
apology in quotes. Ime Udoka, who's now just like. By the way, he's coaching the Nets now, or that's the rumor. It's a fucking mess.
The Utah Jazz being decent?
Dude, they're starting Jordan Clarkson. He's a good player. Took that L last night in Dallas, but led most of that game.
The Ime thing, I honestly feel like the whole Kyrie coming out and saying, okay, I'm giving $500,000 and saying I fell short of my responsibility. And then the Nets to turn around and say, okay, we're matching it. Either A, Kyrie needs to be paying more, or B, you're the organization, you can afford to pay more. It shouldn't be we're meeting in the middle here, or Kyrie pays it all and the Nets support it. I don't care, whatever. But that's like the ultimate cover fire for fucking hiring the coach who's suspended by, one of the most historic teams in the NBA for pretty, reasonable, like evident reasons, I guess I should say.
Well, we don't. Yeah, well, it reminds me of. I'm going to make this all about my teams, the Rangers, when we had to part ways with Ron Washington. Nobody ever got to the bottom of like what happened. That wasn't a joke, KJ. Don't smile. So we don't know. But Ron Washington obviously got on with other teams, never managed again. But he was like a third base coach in Atlanta, I think. And everybody loves the guy, but nobody knows what happened. So it's just speculation, which is always healthy in the age of Twitter.
Right. And I mean,
now,
your Rangers let Josh Hamilton play baseball after he threw a fan short.
Okay. It's the second time that's come up in as many weeks.
I love it. That's what
Dan does,
to the wife.
Folks.
That's what was said to the wife in the crowd. Anyways,
That's terrible, man.
not a hilarious story. Hilarious transition, though. What I was going to say is they also allowed a player to play after they ran somebody over with their motorcycle or some shit. The Rangers.
Okay. It was Matt Bush. He served time. He paid his due.
And he worked at Golden Corral. That's what gets him off the hook, is that he worked an honest man's shift at Golden Corral.
That's right. He paid his dues. KJ's into this cancel culture thing, and our whole thing here is we need to cancel culture. And I don't know, man, KJ. It's just your views aren't aligning with ours.
Dave, it's about giving power back to the people for $8.
Wait, so is the $8 thing going to be just for the verification or for just anyone trying to use Twitter?
Everyone gets verified. Is from my understanding.
No, the $8 is. Oh, so you have to pay $8 to use Twitter, and once you do, you are verified. Is that what it is?
That's what I read.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
Man.
I'll believe it when it rolls out.
Yeah, the check mark doesn't mean anything if that's the case. And it shouldn't. I want to lose my check mark.
The check mark used to mean something, man.
It never did.
God, I remember like the first day I got mine, I was just all up in like athletes mentions.
Please so like high.
My tweets. Acknowledge
I was
me.
on top of the world, man.
All up in their ass.
One single crumb of clout, sir.
The beauty of this will happen. I guess what's the next sport to roll into like rumor season? Winter meetings for baseball. Like as soon as you get to the point where like a fake Adam Schefter or a fake what's the short kin guy for baseball? Can't think of his name with the ties. Rosenthal accounts like starts tweeting out some insider info on a signing or whatever, and people go wild with it. There's no way to tell. Like that's when you're going to start getting some pushback from.
My favorite thing with sports right now are all the fringe sports that have all these cheating scandals. So like the Irish dancing, cornhole, fishing. Of course, the guys denied it even though it's on video. I guess like all these sports, nobody's like regulating. Everyone's just kind of cheating their dicks off.
Cheating their dicks right off.
Their colons off, I guess.
I wish I need a pickleball scandal, and I need it bad. I need it like soon.
Dave, it's around the corner. It's like, only a matter of time.
I want somebody who's like, doing like EPO in the pickleball, like World Finals or whatever. Like someone who's just going hard.
In like Draymond Green's league.
Does he have his own
pickleball?
League?
I think him and LeBron bought a league. Yeah.
Pickleball is the 2022 espresso martini or the beerita. Whatever that lineage is, that's pickleball for this year. Anything else of note that we really want to hit before we get into dip picks?
No, but I would like to state that my big boy stack is on this game right over my shoulder right here. So if it starts and if a run is scored before I actually make my pick, if you want me to get it in now, I will. Just want you to know that I'm on the up and up here. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we
pick.
want you to get it in right now.
Get it in, Daddy.
Get it in there.
Well, since we got Delco Dan on the line, I'm going to go with as he walks out of frame. I'm going with Phillies plus 1.5 tonight in Philadelphia.
Plus
This
1.5.
Plus 1.5.
All lines provided by the DraftKings Sportsbook. Dylan is a noted baseball guy. Of all of us, Dylan is the biggest seam head on the show, I would say.
Dan, I just picked your team, dog. And they're wearing those
appreciate it.
jerseys tonight. I don't know if
They
you
are.
noticed it.
I know. Just came in the mail. We're good to go. I think I think we win big tonight. Verlander's getting shelled. He's out in the first 3 innings. Calling it.
David, I've got to ask, are we going to allow this? Because the run line is plus 1.5 for the Phillies, but that's also a minus 130 bet.
Yeah, take money line, you coward.
Ooh.
Money line's plus 135. We don't
Take that.
typically allow you to pick a favorite like that, do we?
I'm going to leave it up to KJ because
It's baseball. We need some baseball picks. Let's lock it in.
All right. You know what?
All right.
I'll go money line. KJ, I
No.
don't give a F, man.
Hey.
I don't give a F. I'm on Phillies money line. Write it down.
Technically, that benefits you. That cuts the half runoff. So either way, we'll take the 1.5 run line. We'll keep it there. We'll keep it locked. I just wanted to make sure.
Hopefully it won't come into play.
Let's just
All
pick
right.
some. Let's pick some games. Let's hop right into it.
Let's do some dip picks. Let me F this up while this is loading up. And maybe while this is loading, Dave can ask Dan here on the air what's going on with Dave's picks and if he should look into having better sources because
Dan, it's not going well.
absolute wolf. Let me shift this over.
I'll take the blame on Dave's picks last week.
Oh, so you're the actual source of these terrible picks.
No, just last week. He asked me. He was
Okay.
desperate. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
desperate.
desperate for a while.
All right, here we go.
Oh, look at that, man! Look at the technology. KJ just
Yeah,
knows how to
let me
work
make it a little
that.
big. Yeah, I just got to get the stuff ready sooner.
Thursday
All
night
right.
football. Eagles at Texans. Texans getting 14 at home.
Who do you have?
Public
David?
is all over Houston or all over the Eagles. The Sharps all over the Texans. Makes you think. What's going on in Houston?
3-3-1 against the spread.
3-3-1 against the spread, which doesn't really do much for me.
Nope.
Doesn't make at all. It actually just it's making me second guess everything. I'm gonna go wild here. I'm gonna go Texans. Texans in a low scoring game. Texans covering, that is, not winning the game.
Dylan.
I think the Eagles are probably 20 points better than the Texans, but that doesn't mean they're going to score more than 20 points than them. They're going to take the foot off the gas in the fourth quarter. They're going to cruise to like a 11-point victory. I'm on Texans.
Give me the Eagles. I'm not going to overthink this one. Dan.
A little passive aggressive there.
Yeah, Dave's picks making me concerned. Most NFL games are a single possession or a single digit game. So 14 in the NFL, that's a lot of fucking points.
A lot.
I'll lean Texans.
Damn it.
We have two absolute big boy games in the SEC this week. Tennessee at Georgia, number 1 versus number 3. Georgia's favored by 7.5 at home. Saturday afternoon. Dylan.
That hook. Vegas wants people to take Tennessee here, and Tennessee's a very good football team, but I think Georgia puts together just a really impressive defensive game and keeps Tennessee to a low point total. I think Georgia covers here.
All right. That is the wrong person. Yeah, give me Georgia. Yeah,
Okay.
nothing else. Give me Georgia. Man.
All right, so Tennessee hasn't really had too many true road games. I think their toughest test was Pittsburgh, who is not very good. But Pittsburgh took them to double overtime, I believe. Tennessee at home, completely different animal. But, I mean, once that Josh Heupel offense gets 3 and out, like I think Georgia has the capability to make them go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Their defense is going to be on the field a lot. Georgia, this is more of a hedge too because I have a Hendon Hooker Heisman ticket at 65-1 at the beginning of the season. So if Tennessee wins this game, Hendon Hooker's winning the Heisman. So I can cash that right now.
Good for you, Dan. That's a hell of a bet.
The justification was Heupel's going to put up points. I didn't think Tennessee was going to be this good, but I knew he was going to put up stats, and I knew he's like a barstool athlete, so he would get that push. So kind of lucked out there just with that justification. And then, this is just a hedge against my Heisman ticket, so I'll take Georgia.
Sorry, I missed it. Go ahead. What was it?
He's going
Georgia.
Going Georgia as a hedge.
Got it. David.
Ooh, baby. Opportunity knocks. Give me the Volunteers. I believe in Tennessee. I think this is a field goal game. Not saying they're going to win, but Tennessee's good. Tennessee's good. And if anybody knows anything, I'm a kingmaker when it comes to bets. So.
Oh, they rolled out Meek.
Oh.
Meek and the Philly Fanatic.
The sports trajectory of Meek Mill over the last 7 years is just incredible.
He's besties with Michael Rubin.
And Kraft, I guess, too, right?
I guess, yeah.
Number 6, Bama at number 10, LSU, who has crept back into relevancy this year. Somehow, some way, with wins over Florida, and I don't remember the other one that people paid attention to, but Kentucky.
Ole Miss?
Maybe it was Ole Miss.
LSU rolled Ole Miss, yeah.
Yeah. That was the big one. Okay. So Ole Miss plus 13.5 at home, at night, on ESPN. I'm up. Give me Bama to humble
LSU.
Brian Kelly. LSU.
Dan.
David.
Oh, Dave. Dave is riding with Bama as well. I don't know.
Oh.
This is a good opportunity for Nick Saban to insert himself into the conversation and have some good quotes after the game. And if anybody knows anything about Baton Rouge, I once got puked on there by a sorority girl from about 30 feet above me.
You know what,
Didn't even
KJ?
have to pay.
Keep me at LSU. Jaden Daniels starting to hit his stride. Brian Kelly. I've been on record. Brian Kelly is a dickhead, and he killed a kid, a videographer.
He did kill that kid.
He killed one of my own as a videographer, and but I think Brian Kelly, if Ed Orgeron and Les Miles, two morons, can win a championship in Baton Rouge, Brian Kelly's going to win a national championship in the next 5 years. I have no doubt about that.
That's funny right there.
LSU doesn't win the game, but keeps it closer than the experts think. LSU or Bama by 3.
Dylan.
Yeah, as much as I would love for Brian Kelly to be humbled at home, it's a night game in Death Valley, and LSU is not bad, and that's a lot of points. I got LSU.
And Bama has a lot of problems that are covered up by Bryce Young.
Respect that. Texas at Kansas State. Somehow Kansas State getting no respect as number 13. They are getting 2.5 points at home. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That
I
is
just
correct.
double-checked it because I did not believe
That
it.
is correct.
Wow. Dan, you're up.
I believe Kansas State has like a really notoriously bad history against Texas. I think Texas rolls. I'm not buying the K-State hype.
David.
Geez, Dan, you're convincing as hell. I am actually buying the K-State hype. They looked really, really good last week. Texas, I'm done betting on Texas. Give me K-State. Give me the deuce.
Dylan.
Historically, in the Big 12, to Dan's point, Kansas State has owned Texas. It was weirdly like that one loss during their 11-1 run of good years they put together back. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't know why K-State's a dog at home. I don't get it. I think they win the game, but I'm not picking them. I'm picking Texas because I can't pick against Texas.
Texas won the last 5.
Well, everyone beat Texas the last 5 years, but before that,
Yeah.
Give me Texas here. I don't know why it's upsetting me, but the fact that I believe it's Colin Klein. Yeah, Colin Klein, their former quarterback, is their offensive coordinator at like 31 or something like that. So
Yeah.
I just
yeah.
have a feeling he's the next in line to like find some job way too early based on blowing out Oklahoma State and some random success. So give me Texas to keep that out of my future.
I will say, shouts to my boy Will Howard from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. He's quarterback for K-State now since Adrian Martinez is out.
Out again. Yeah, I'm sticking with Texas.
He torched Oklahoma State. No, I think Will Howard's just going to take over the job.
Wake Forest at NC State, who has kind of been on that pretender list all year. NC State getting 4 at home against Wake Forest. I think we're back to David.
I can't wait to turn on the ACC network and watch this football game. It's 7 o'clock. What happened?
Houston won nothing already. No outs.
That's okay. Sorry.
Syndergaard, no outs. Cool. Back-to-back hits.
I'm going Wake. I'm going Wake Forest.
Damn.
I think Wake's better. I just think it's a better team. Wolfpack, I don't believe in them. Here.
I would love to pick after Dan here so I could fade him, as I have not watched either of these teams play all year long. I am going to, well, here's a good chance to fade Dave, who was famously very cold this year, so I will go NC State.
I'm cold with the hands, though.
People forget that I was on the same flight back from Montana with head coach of NC State, so since then he's done nothing but kind of continue to have an average year. Give me NC
That is
State.
an interesting fact. I wonder if the Sharps know that.
Yeah. Correlation. Dan.
I think this is a great chance to buy low on the Demon Deacons. Give me Wake Forest. Coming off a just shellacking by the hands of the Louisville Cardinal.
Back to the NFL. Rams at Bucks. Bucks are favored by 3.5 somehow, some way, because the Rams are incompetent. We are over to Dylan.
Look, both these teams stink big time. I think the Rams still care more than the Tom Brady-led Buccaneers do, however. So I got the Rams to cover the 3 points.
Give me the very average take that the winner of this game will be in the playoffs. I think that team will be the Bama Bucks because the NFC South is so bad. Dan.
No faith in the Falcons?
No, I love Young Wei Koo. That's about it.
Man, this game, can I pass on this? Like, I don't want to watch a second of this game. This has, like, I don't know, 16-11 written all over it. Just like some stupid score. But I'll go Bucks at home.
Davide.
I like the Rams for no other reason than my guy told me he likes the Rams. So that's all I got.
Isn't Dan your guy?
No, I got a new guy. I moved on from Dan. He was the guest. I feel like a conflict of interest.
Okay.
Notably, the game that Dan will be at on Sunday, the Vikings at the Commerce. Washington is getting 3 at home with Taylor Heineke. Give me the Vikings to win a week of some somber news for their former head coach. Go with Vikings.
Unnecessary
Blown
detail.
up by Beto and friends from Texas.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins revenge game. Vikings big.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Sorry, I missed it as my phone was ringing into my headset.
Vikings.
3 calls tonight. Let's see. David.
I too like the Vikings. Is Jeff Bezos going to buy the Commanders? Some are wondering. Wouldn't hate it. We just need another shithead billionaire in the club. Let's go.
I just need another member of the Walton family to own a different part of the NFL.
You
now
guys
they've
have
got,
put this on.
the Rams and the Broncos. Stan Kroenke's wife and the Broncos ownership.
You guys have put this on a tee for me to fade, all three of you, and I will. On the heels of the Dan Snyder news, I think the team plays with a little extra something, you know.
Calm.
There it is.
Dave, think of all the teams Elon could have bought for the price of Twitter.
I mean, he could own multiple teams. He could have had like shell
AJ,
companies.
the format god over here with that.
Well, because I have it
really
zoomed to
struggling.
like 200, I can't like go up and shrink and whatever.
He could have
I
bought a
don't know why.
league.
Is this breaking news?
Got it.
We gotta guess.
Come on, go here! Double play.
Happened.
Strikeout. Stolen base.
Kyrie suspended 5 games by the Nets.
A lot happened in the last
That's
15
funny right
seconds. A lot.
I
Yeah,
thought
he's
Dan
out.
was just super stoked that Kyrie was finally getting some justice.
Come get these hands, dog.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
let's
Titans
go.
at Chiefs Sunday Night Football. Chiefs are favored by 12.5 at home. Titans haven't looked particularly good. Do we know if Tannehill's back? Although they won last week, but still with 60 yards passing. Is Tannehill back?
They ran the ball like 45 times.
Yeah. It was like the 5th 200-yard game that Derrick Henry's had over Houston. Embarrassing. I don't know who's up on this. I think we're down to the bottom. Dan, you're up.
Man, Titans always give the Chiefs problems. They'll cover 12.5.
David.
I don't feel good about this, but I too like the Titans. Just a lot of points. It feels like an ugly game. They can run. They can obviously take the air out of the ball. That's what people say. It's a little football guy term. Just give me the fucking Titans. I don't know.
I also think the Titans cover here. I think they grind it out and make it. They shorten the game by keeping it on the ground, and they keep it relatively close.
Give me Kansas City without question, given the picks before me. Let's wrap it up with big boy stacks and get out of here. I'm looking forward to an announcement coming up soon.
I'm gonna come.
Kellyanne's back in the news. Man, we might get the Mooch Part 3. I can't wait. So much. Anyways, big boy stacks. What do we got?
Who's leading off?
I'll lead
seen mine
off.
already.
F it. Philly's money line for Dylan. I will look no further than the western part of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, where the Texas Tech Red Raiders are taking on the TCU Horned Frogs Saturday. I will not go so far as to predict the winner here, although TCU is favored by 8.5, and they continue to be a wagon. But I am very attracted to that over-under. Give me 69. Give me the over 69 TCU Tech. And a visit to the Student Health Center. Who's up?
I'll hop in. Give me. This is tough. We got Coastal getting. Oh, damn, that line moved. That's all right, though. Doesn't matter. Coastal Carolina getting 4.5 against App State. I like App State. You don't like it?
The game is in the second quarter, sir.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know that was tonight. Okay.
Well, I'm protecting you because Coastal's
give me-
up 14-7 in the second.
Okay, I've got to back up. That's huge for me, and that's good that we have you on here.
No,
I
Dave's
told
taking
Davey at it again.
App State live.
Give me Tulane. Give me Tulane laying 7.5 over Tulsa. They're like 6-1 against the spread this year. Give me Tulane.
I think that's a great pick.
I know Tulane, and if UCF wins against Memphis, a little bit of a trap game, but we'll have a ranked game in New Orleans next week.
That might be College game day. I wouldn't be shocked.
New Year's 6 bowl implications.
Who are you taking, Dan, for your big boy stack?
Well, we got 2 service academies playing this week. And as, the much maligned DT would say, it's not the best football. Not the best football.
Over under set at 40.
Yes. And we have a rule around here. And when 2 service academies play, you hammer the under. You just hammer the under. So we'll take under 40 points in the Air Force Army game.
It is a 10:30 a.m. kick. Central time.
Love that even more, yeah.
Wow. Air Force, Army, under 40.
But, either way, no matter what, we thank them. And we thank you, Dan, for your service this weekend.
Some things are bigger than sports, including Kyle Schwarber. Home run. Tied up. Yeah, you are.
Called that. I was so close to calling that he was going to piss on one here, but I didn't say it. I should have.
YouTube TV. I can see it in the background, though. I can see it faster than I can hear it.
Great. The miracle of the internet.
Hey, Josh. Well, why don't you shut the fuck up, Josh?
I would say he's backed up by, there's some data to back him up on this.
It's not necessary to go into the numbers.
We're pulling out other tabs now.
All right, so who's the best guest?
That's a great question. Let's pull up and see, because I didn't add. Who do we have on last week?
Tron was 6-2.
Yeah,
and
Tron
hit
was
his big boy stack.
DJ Bean was 6-2 as well, but Tron was 7-3 or 7-2. So yeah, that would be the best week on the year.
Who was 2-6?
2-7 would have been Brett.
Brett had a bad week. He
This
had a
was
day
3-6 last week. Big boy stack
bricked it.
factored in. So yeah, Brett had the worst week on the year at 2-7.
Brick Merriman at it again.
So it was rough. I don't even remember who we had. I haven't typed in all these notes.
It's all love, though, Dave.
Just swimming.
All love, Josh, dude. I take back what I said, man. Hey, I hope someday I can buy you a beer, Josh.
Guest and Dylan are tied right now, so we'll see if we can break that. All right. With all that said, let's get the hell out of here. Enjoy Philly night, Dan. Many thanks. Your last thoughts.
Thank you, Dan. Go Phillies.
Go Phils, go Birds.
I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
Wrong button.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.